Hey, what's up you guys? It's Maddie, and today I'm going to be filming a school-related video. I asked for your questions on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat, and I'm going to be answering them. They're school-related, obviously, like I just said. And in my last video, I said that I wanted to make a school-related video because I've been to so many freaking schools. It's crazy. I honestly don't even know the exact number. I mean, I could take time and count. Like, why would I do that? I don't want to do more math than I have to, so I'm going to be answering your questions. I might not get to all of them because I got quite a few, or quite a lot, however you say that. I don't really know. So let's get on with the questions. Okay, so I'm just gonna hold my laptop so it's easier. I don't really know if I should like read the usernames or not. Should I? No, I'm just not gonna read the usernames because I don't know if people want other people knowing they ask those questions, so I'm just not gonna read them. Okay, so the first questions that I'm gonna be starting with is gonna be Instagram. So let's get on with that. Okay, so the first question I received on Instagram is, what's your favorite subject? And my favorite subject, I'd have to say, is art, because like you get to be creative and you get to really make what you want, unless like obviously if your teacher has like a set subject that you need to make, but you still get to be creative with what you're doing. And I don't know, you get to keep it after and you like have it forever, and it's just so cool. Like you can see your progress and like you can learn all these new things and you can just be really creative. The next question I received on Instagram is, what grade am I going into? I'm gonna be in 11th grade, so I'll be a junior. I honestly don't know how that's gonna go, but we'll see. Most people say it's like the hardest year of high school. Okay, the next question I got was, how come we failed Algebra 2 if we were both smart? I honestly don't know how to answer that question. Probably because, okay, probably because we never paid attention in that class. And even when we weren't. I still can't get over the time you poured a whole water bottle on my head in that class. So thank you for that. The next question on Instagram is, what are some tips for new high schoolers? So I'm assuming like incoming freshmen. Ew, oh my god. Nope. Okay, so the next question on Instagram is, what are some tips for new high schoolers? So I'm assuming this is like incoming freshmen, obviously, because it's basically what it freaking says. Okay, so some tips for incoming freshmen. I mean, a lot of the stuff I'm gonna say is cliche, which that's why it's cliche, because everyone says it. But one of the tips I have is that you're gonna lose like friends that you didn't think that you were gonna lose. Everyone changes in high school. So one tip that I have for incoming freshmen is that you should really try and make as many friends as possible, because a lot of the friends that you had in 8th grade and all throughout middle school and elementary school, like you're probably, like, this really sucks to say, but you're probably not gonna still be friends with them. I mean, maybe a few, like you're really, really good best friends, but a lot of people change and a lot of new groups get formed depending on like what you do in high school. Like if you're a theater person, or if you're in band, or if you like are into art, or like you do a bunch of sports, like stuff like that. High school is really like, I don't know the word for it. Like a lot of people get really involved in high school with their school. You're really gonna be hanging around the people that you do those extracurriculars with. So I feel like you just really need to try and be as outgoing as you can. It's just good to have like a lot of, obviously, quality over quantity, but you don't need to have like 100 best friends. Like you could have like a bunch of friends and then your small little circle of like really good friends. It's just good to have people all over the school that you know and you're good with. Another tip is middle school. I mean, I don't know if anyone else did, but I didn't really study in middle school for like any of my tests, unless it was like really big ones that, I don't know, like you needed to. And most of your tests in high school you really should study for, because your grade really matters in high school. Like your grades, your grade point average, your GPA. Colleges really look at that depending on where you're going. So I would try and study as best you can on your tests and quizzes, and do your homework, okay? Last year, I literally didn't do any of my homework, and that's why my grades were like not the best. Although it may like seem annoying in the moment, it's really gonna make or break your grade. So it's a good thing to do because if it's easy, then you have a good grade. Obviously, if you do well on the tests and quizzes. But like if you do the homework, that helps you on the tests and quizzes because that's like the information in them, if that makes sense. Okay, so another tip I have is, it kind of like ties into the first one. Really get involved with your school because that's gonna help you in the long run. Like a lot of new friends, you're gonna get to know your school way better. And I just feel like you're gonna have an overall better time in high school because you feel like you're actually doing something and you're doing something you like, and it just really helps you out. That sounded really dry. Also, another tip, like I said in my last video, if you haven't seen it, I'll link it in the bio. You should go watch it. It like explains a lot about my situation and my life lately and my channel a little bit. Tying into that other video when I said I had to go to a new school sophomore year, it was like freshman year all over again, which really sucked because you're getting to know all new people again, you're getting to know the school all over again, you're getting to know all the teachers again, you're just getting to know how the whole school works again, and it's really tough. Something that I struggle with is that I'm really shy. I really hate going up to people and introducing myself to them or like talking to them because I'm just really shy and introverted. The first week of my new school, sophomore year, so last year, I sat by myself at lunch and that was really rough. But I just feel like a really good tip for like incoming freshmen or just anyone going to a new school that they don't really know anyone, although it might seem really tough in the moment, I would go find a group of people that looks really nice, like you feel like that you could become friends with, and like go ask to sit with them at lunch or hang out with them at lunch or whatever. Because although you might not be friends with them the whole year or whatever, might not even become like good friends with them, you have a foundation of like where to go during lunch, you're not sitting by yourself and you're getting to know people. And I don't really know where I was going with that one, but yeah. The next question I got was, why do you still even go? So this is actually my dropping out of high school video, guys. I really hope you enjoy this video. I'm done. Peace out. Never see you again. No, actually, I wish. Honestly, I don't even know why I still go. Actually, no, I can't come up with a reason. Never mind. Okay, so now I'm going on to Snapchat questions. This one is, what are you dreading most about going back to school? Seeing people. People really piss me off, and I'm really not looking forward to dealing with them again. So that's gonna be a really good time. I love people. They're just my favorite thing in the world. I'm totally a people person, if you can tell. Yeah, people just suck, so. Next one is, do you plan on taking any AP classes next year, and if so, what subjects? That's actually a really good one because I was gonna go on to like the benefits of like AP classes. Freshman year, I took an AP class and it was AP Human Geography, and it actually wasn't that bad. I'm actually really proud of myself that I took it because freshman year, your GPA, that GPA like sets the whole foundation for your GPA for all of high school. So if you get a good GPA then, and like you mess up sophomore year, like I did, it'll save your GPA like a lot. AP classes are graded on a 5-point average instead of a 4-point average, like GPA wise. So let's say you get a B in your AP class, then it's actually an A on the regular GPA scale. I don't even know what the correct terminology is. That's just what I've been told. Even if you do like bad, obviously don't do bad in your classes, but it's not gonna be as bad as you would be doing in a regular class. Like my AP Human Geography class, I got an A in it, so it was actually like, I don't even know what that would count as in a regular thing because an A+, I don't know what that would be. But it helps your GPA a lot if you do really well. Freshman year, I got a B- in geometry, but I had A's in all my other classes, so that AP course still had my whole GPA as a 4.0 because of that grade point scale. It still evened out. Even though I had a B-, it still like evened it out and made it good. Anyway, back to the question. I am gonna be taking 2 AP classes next year, which is gonna be a great time. I'm gonna be taking AP Lang and AP Gov. And AP classes are definitely harder than regular classes, so I don't recommend it for everyone, especially if you're not gonna take time to actually study for your tests and quizzes in that class because it really counts. Even though like it does help, like whatever grade you get could help your GPA because of that 5-point scale thing, it still could like hurt it if you do bad. It's a college level class, so like if you do the AP test at the end of the year for that AP class you take and you do like well, like it's on a 5-point scale, the test is too. So if you get like a 5, that's the best you can get on that test, then you get the college credit. I don't know, it's different in different states, but then you don't have to do that class in college, which saves you a lot of money because college classes are really expensive and it saves you time. So I recommend doing AP classes if you are willing to put the time and work into them. Okay, the next question I have is like a 3-part question, like they asked 3 questions in their question. So it's like how to study, how to keep calm when failing in class, and how not to fail. Okay, so how to study, an app or website that I found really works for me. Like each person has their own studying technique that like really helps them. And flashcards help me. So Quizlet is a really helpful thing because it's so easy. You can just put it online and you can just type it out and it's just really easy. You can take it with you everywhere. You can get the app on your phone, which I have during school, on your iPads if you have iPads at school. It's just a really helpful source to like get things in your head, which really helps me. You could also write things down, which really helps people. That doesn't really help me out because I can just write forever and not even know what I'm writing. But some people, it just really helps them stick in their brain. So that helps. I'm a huge procrastinator, if you can't already tell. Studying the night before, like just studying the night before a test or a quiz isn't the best thing. I would study that whole week of that test or quiz, depending on how big it is. Like if it's like an AP test, you have to study for it like all year. But studying the night before really doesn't get it into your brain and you will most likely forget the next day. Personally, I'm not really a studier. Like I do not math tests, but I'm like a good test taker. Like I study if I really feel like I need to. I don't study for every single little thing because sometimes I just really have the material and I'll like look over my notes, but I won't do flashcards or write them down again or whatever. But also a good thing in high school is to take a lot of notes. Even if your teacher doesn't ask you to, it's just a good habit to get into because you're gonna do it if they ask you to anyway, and then college, you will take a lot. But it's also good to just have notes to look back at. The next one that person asked was how to keep calm when failing a class. So yeah, I failed a class last year. Don't ask me for math help. I already got my credit recovered because I did an e-credit class, so we're good with that now. I freaked out. Like I try to do all my missing homeworks and then I try to get my test grades up, but math is just not my thing. It never has been. I mean, if you want to keep calm, just watch Netflix. I don't really know. I don't think there really is like a keeping calm unless you just don't really care. Which there's just a point in the year where it's just too late to even care about having an F because like it's just too late to get your grade up. So, and then another question that they asked was how to not fail. I guess if you feel like you're gonna fail a class and you really need extra help with that, get a tutor. I really wanted a math tutor this year, but just with my work schedule and tutors cost a lot of money, it just didn't work out. So I feel like tutors really help. Studying helps. Go ask your teachers for help. I feel like a lot of people don't do this because they're scared of their teachers or they just don't want to go in for lunch and like take the time and actually do work. It actually really does help. Like first semester I didn't fail my math class because I really did try and like go in and go ask for help, and that really helped. Getting help from your teacher if they're a good teacher, because sometimes you just get really crappy teachers and then obviously that doesn't help. The next question on Snapchat is, are you excited to be a junior and do you think it's going to be the hardest year of high school? I feel like academically it's going to be the hardest, but socially I really hope it's not the hardest because last year was kind of a toughie. I honestly think it's going to be the hardest academically because you take your SATs and maybe ACTs depending on what you're doing. But yeah, I'm excited because it means that I only have 2 years left of high school. I'm halfway done and I get to go to prom and I'll be an upperclassman. I don't really know what other reasons. Okay, another question I got was, how do you deal with homework and other things at the same time? And other things, I'm assuming, is like sports and YouTube and probably, I don't know, anything else. Like I already said, I really did not do a lot of homework last year, and that really did make or break my grades. And I recommend doing homework even though it really sucks and you really don't want to do it. But this year I'm really going to try and work on like balancing work and like my family and YouTube and homework and sports if I do any. We'll see. I don't really know about that yet. But I would just, freshman year I did well with this because I took an AP class and I was doing soccer. And I was like switching in between my mom and dad's house, which is like a lot too. I would just really like plan things out. Like freshman year I had a little planner that I wrote down like certain days that I would like, because block schedule, usually typically high schools have block schedules. I'm not sure if all high schools do, but typically most of them do. So sometimes you don't have like the same class the next day, so you can always like have 2 days to do your homework. Like my new school, it's A and B days, so I never have a class 2 days in a row, so I always have 2 days to do my homework, which is really nice. So I can like schedule like this day I'll do homework for this class, this day I'll do homework for this class, and like do certain times depending on when I have work and other things going on. So I just would say scheduling and time management, which is really hard for me, but I just think that really helps. The next question I have on Snapchat is the hardest classes for you. So freshman year, like I already said, I did an AP class, which wasn't too hard, but it's just more work like with studying, and you have homework like every night. So that's a lot, but it wasn't like super hard. I feel like AP Ling is gonna be a lot because a lot of reading and writing, so that's gonna be tough. But math classes are so hard for me. I don't understand how people can grasp the things you're learning so quickly and just get it like that, because that's just not how my brain works. I have to like do things over and over and over again before I get it, and that just really sucks because I have to work a lot harder to get things. Okay, the next question or questions, there's like 3 that this person asked again, like in the same thing. So these are gonna be the last ones. How do you get by in school? How do your parents react to grades? And do you like anything about school? So with that first one, how do you get by in school? I'm not really quite sure what that means, but maybe like how do you get by with doing all your homework and like doing well on tests and like keeping your social, I don't know. But I'm just gonna take it like that because I'm not really sure what else. It's kind of like the last question. Maintaining everything is just a lot. Like you really have to take time to like make sure that you still hang out with your friends, make sure you go to work if you have a job, make sure you do your homework, make sure you study. You just have to map out in time each and every one of those things because each matters, and you can't just stop like talking to your friends. You can't just stop doing your homework. You can't just stop going to work. Like each thing is important in its own way. So I would just say time everything out, make a plan for each thing, like when to do it and stuff. The next one was how do your parents react to grades? And my parents really react in all different ways. My parents' expectation for my grades, anyway, this isn't for everyone's parents, but they expect more from me, like obviously than an F. They weren't super happy that I had an F in Algebra 2, and I wasn't either, obviously, because I had to retake it. They don't like ground me or whatever because they know I'm trying my hardest, and last year was a really tough year and they know that, and I was really trying my hardest. They know that I'm gonna be trying my hardest in all my classes because that's just who I am, and obviously they're disappointed when I had an F. I mean, like most parents would be, and they get really excited when I have an A, obviously, like me too, because my GPA, I need to keep it. When I'm slacking off, and I know when I'm slacking off, they know when I'm slacking off, they're gonna push me to do the best I can and study and do my homework, and they're supportive about it. And then the last and final question of this video is, do you like anything about school? And although it's tough and high school is like really a lot, there are some fun like aspects of it. Like you make a lot of new friends that you could have for the rest of your life. You learn a lot about yourself. You become who you are. And for me, going to football games and basketball games, that's always fun because it's like a whole school is coming together and supporting each other, and that's always pretty fun. Okay guys, that is it for the video. I'm sorry I was like all over the place, and I say I would be good at giving advice for like schools and stuff because I've been to so many, but when I actually sit in front of the camera, it's so much harder to say what I mean than I thought it was. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you could take something from this video. Make sure to leave any video ideas down below because I'm having trouble coming up with some. I have a few in my mind that I'm gonna do next. I just have to work on them a little bit more. All of my links will be down in the description. My last video, check that out. My Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, all of that will be down below. Make sure to subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Make sure to turn my notification bell on because YouTube has changed their algorithm and my videos are not being placed in people's watch lists and subscription boxes as they used to. So it would really help me out if you did that, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.